Ooh. Hello there everyone, I am Big Bear and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I wanted to quickly show you something because I have just started the game again, and I think I mentioned in a couple of the prior episodes that previously when I loaded up the game it was asking about setting the time, and I just assumed that it was associated with potentially something that was integrated into the game. Now this has come up when I've loaded the game, which is please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. So I just decided to kick recording off at this point in time. A second ago it just asked me to, you know, like in most games where it asks you to adjust the brightness until the logo is barely visible, etc. And, well, okay. Oh, it's so weird, you know, just throwing the... What? Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Like, what on earth has this got to do with the game? Oh no, of course it has everything to do with the Stanley Parable. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting this slider. Let's go somewhere in the middle. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or scrotum touche? Oh no, occuboinkle. Because no, I don't know what a scrotum touche is. Well, it's made up, obviously, but what I mean is that's not on a... I wouldn't go with that word. Please do not adjust the slider. Okay? Do you know what time it is right now? No. I do not. Not exactly, anyway. I think it's sometime after 1 o'clock. Is the time that is right now the correct... Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Well, yes. What is time anyway? Yes, no, yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. I would help if you asked. Will you come back and visit me? Yes, I will. Was I don't quite think we're done with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, even though I'm just kind of doing this for fun and experiencing the... I always wonder why it comes up saying begin the game instead of continue. Or maybe it's because each instance of the game resetting is actually supposed to be... Okay. Because that's weird. Because at the end of the last episode, I left it where we were in the Stanley Parable 2, but now it's restarted me here. Is that because I closed out the game? Sugar. Oh well.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Let's see what else we've got. If I can go back there, I will, because I want to do the achievement.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Or do I want to go back to the new content? I don't know. You know what? Let's leave it for now and let's see what else is in the game. Or actually, you know what?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Because what they may have done in a very clever manner is you can still just rerun the original game in this one, but you have to go to the new content to experience it, which would be very impressive if they did do that. Give me a wee minute. Let me just have a wee look and see if anything else has changed.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
So just very quickly to put you in the picture, I've just gone through one wee section of the game which was in the original. It does look like that is the case, so if you essentially do not go through the door with new content, it will take you back and you can actually replay the old game just as it was, which is really, really good actually. So it means that you don't have to buy the original Stanley Parable, at least not as far as I'm aware. You could buy the Ultra Deluxe and you can experience both, which is pretty cool.
Is it over?
Yes.
It's going to restart, isn't it?
Restart, please.
I'm going back.
Because I want some new content. Right, okay, I'll see you in the new content area.
You heartless bastard.
Okay, we are back, and we are in the area of the Stanley Parable 2. I'm not too sure if I want to go and get my reassurance bucket. Actually, for some reason, I now want to buy a metal bucket. But then, again, that's just good marketing. I also want to go and quickly do
I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on get well someday and happy 12th birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh, get well someday or happy 12th birthday step-niece. Get well someday, I think, personally.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Oh,
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
very well. Now, this is free, new, and easy achievement. Yes, that's what I wanted. Oh, and the collectibles. Okay, let's go and have a look at that. I wonder how much in the extent of... Oh, free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now. Yes, please.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yes.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Ooh.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Oh, because this is a reference to, in the original game, there was a box that said test achievement, or something of that nature. So no matter what you did, you couldn't get that achievement because it was in there from the test phase, I believe.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Is that it? Really? Oh well, okay. I thought I was going to get myself a wee achievement there, but obviously not. Let's go and see the collectible hall. As I was saying earlier, yeah, before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm just wondering how much in the extent of you know, how many hours
What
worth
else?
of...
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jumping circle? Oh yeah, we did that earlier, didn't we?
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yep.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
So what, we don't actually get any more jumps? This is ridiculous. Right, where are we? Ooh, there's a map. Okay, so we've done the jump circle.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What is that? This Settings World Champion. Let's go and see that. Did I miss that earlier? It says it was supposed to be... What? No, hang on a wee minute. Let's have a wee look. Ooh. Jump circle, infinite hold, a button that says your name. Am I reading this right? Was it the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game? Yes. So it should have been, yeah, settings, world chat, the Stanley Parable Relations, bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collectibles. Where's the epilogue? Where did it? K? What's K? The infinite hole, yes, we've done that. Q. What is Q? Free achievement, we've done that one. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be collectibles. There was a door open. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Exit. We'll go back to that in a wee bit and just see if that does actually take you back to the beginning of the game. But let's check out the collectibles. Because I don't think I've gotten any collectibles yet. Collect them all. Just make sure you don't get sued by Pokemon. Gotta catch them. Oh.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What the... Oh my god. That's everyone clamoring for the collectibles. Ooh! 1 of 6! Wait. Can we not keep going? You're joking. Really? Oh.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Let's have a look. There was a door back here that I hadn't been through, that I have not yet been through either. Let's use the button that says your name. I think that's actually everything in this particular area.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay, and then this just comes back up to... Oh. What do we have? The Infinite Hole, free achievement. Settings, World Champ. Ah, so it's up here. That makes more sense. But really? Okay, that is a little bit disappointing. Let's have a wee look and see if I can hunt anything else down.
Stanley, this is important.
I had a wee check on the board. I don't think there's anything else that stood out. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead.
I think I know what he's going to come up with. Ooh, okay. That's quite slightly ominous, actually, I would say. So it does actually let you go into settings. Is it actually going to be a new game, or is it just going to throw us back to the beginning?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
They've just changed the name
He
to
had
the
been at
Stanley
his desk
Parable
for nearly
2.
an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Balloons.
call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, goodness me, so he's just
All
going
of
to
his
stick the
co-workers
balloons
were
in.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's just do
Stanley
everything.
felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Where? What bucket? What? Oh! I completely missed that.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I'm happy now. I have my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, you know, let's just follow it without deviating for now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Okay, so are we going to go back? Actually, you know what? I might deviate.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
So is that it then?
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
What
Here
debate?
we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate. No more discussion.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You know what? Why not? Let's see where it goes. Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I genuinely may buy one for my desk. Because the boss was it? The boss suffered losses, then that's what the boss was. Oh boy. So is this it then, just reworked in bits and pieces?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in
Can't
his
remember the
darkest
code.
of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Ooh. Whoop.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine. Okay. Oop.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, bucket. Oh, dear Lord, I nearly got set on fire there.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm tempted to see what happens when you go through it, because surely there must be more than... Okay, you know what, let's see if the ending's changed.
Stanley walked through the red door. Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
It's my bucket!
Already lengths not to part with the bucket.
Ah!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. So we can't leave then? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
So I'm escaping with this bucket. I don't care what anybody says.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
See what I mean?
How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Okay then, so we can't escape using the usual method.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Not going to do that now. Did we not... Where did...
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh! I knew I saw this. That was the vent I was talking about in the first episode, I think. I knew there was something new about this. What's this here? Nothing. This is interesting. Oh. Who has cassette tapes nowadays? What's this? Is that dialogue? Narrator dialogue, narrator dialogue, okay. What the...
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Yeah.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Gambarata. Okay, you know, I'm going to leave this episode here because I think this game is brilliant. You know, it's clear now that we're actually at a point where I was even wrong earlier. It's not that you can just continue going back into that area and experiencing new things, or you can play the game the original way. We are now in a position where all those things have melded into this one. The Gambarata, don't know what that's about. So the building won't let us leave, so that was the original true quote-unquote ending. But you know, I'm just very, very impressed so far. There must be a lot more to see. So I'm going to keep this episode fairly short and then crack on with it another time, and I'll just keep chipping away every time we find something new and exciting. Listen, thank you so much for spending your time with me on my channel. If you like my content, please hit that like and subscribe button. This is Big Bear signing off, and there will be another video. See ya.